Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard. Since 1985, this organization has awarded over 5,800 grants, totaling more than $76 million. I welcome the Regional Arts Commission's Rosanne Weiss, here to tell us about it. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, Sarah.
You guys have been around since 1985.
Yes, and so infusing that kind of money into the cultural organizations in St. Louis City and County, I think you really can see the depth and breadth in St. Louis of the arts. It
is amazing, and you all have this beautiful facility on Delmar, right in the heart of the Loop.
That's right across the street from the pageant, and we've got meeting rooms that people are using all the time. There's so many things going on in the building, I don't know what it is.
And I mean, I feel like every time I turn around, I'm hearing about what's going on at the Regional Arts Commission.
Right, and people will be asking me, and I go, I don't know. There's so many things every day.
Yeah, I'm just there all the time, and you probably can't keep track of it all.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great things. So can you summarize the Regional Arts Commission in a sentence for those of us who don't know as much?
The Regional Arts Commission, or you'll hear people talk about RAC.
Yes.
We, as you said, have been around for a very long time, and we are primarily a funding organization, get a small portion of the hotel motel tax. Most of it goes to the Convention and Visitors Commission, but we get a small portion. And so you can see that small portion has added up into a great investment into our cultural institutions in St. Louis.
Yeah, and so all of the grants that you've awarded over the years are in various amounts, a lot of small grants, right?
Right, so we help fund everybody from the St. Louis Symphony down to the smallest community arts center in a neighborhood in all different increments.
Yeah, so you're really a great organization for any artist in St. Louis, and we're going to talk more about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But also, one of the things that I personally have benefited from is your website. You guys have a great website with really good resources.
We do. It's a great resource. If marketing toolbox, I tell people to go there all the time, and they can find you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot of information there, and we do a lot of programs besides giving grants out, and you can find all about them.
There's so much good stuff. So any artist in this town, whether a musician, a fine artist, an actor, you name it, there's a million different types of artists that work here in St. Louis, can go to the Regional Arts Commission through your website or through your facilities and find something of value, whether or not it actually comes with a check.
Right, exactly.
There's a lot of good free information.
Exactly, and there are a lot of free things for artists, or very inexpensive things for artists to do and for them to take advantage of.
Yeah, and just artists are starting to understand the value of branding themselves and doing their own marketing, and all of that's there. It's how to do it.
Yes.
So, all right, so you guys a year or so ago, or am I too far, 6 months ago?
No, it's about a year or so ago.
Started this campaign to figure out who in this town defines themselves as an artist. Is that right?
That's right. So we were very lucky. We got a great grant from the Kresge Foundation to sort of look at the ecosystem of the arts and of the artists in St. Louis, and started something called Artist Count. And we sought to survey as many artists as we could.
And why was that important to you?
Well, I think we know a lot about artists intuitively, but we didn't have anything concrete to share with people and to see if we were right or not right about what we were thinking. And so to be able to do a survey and have artists tell us themselves what they're thinking and what's important to them and what they need to thrive in St. Louis, I think was something that hadn't been done before, and we felt it was our job to do it.
So, and you felt there's a value to our community to define artistry in St. Louis, is that right?
That's right. I think, you know, study after study shows that having a thriving and strong artist community is very beneficial to neighborhoods and to cities themselves. I mean, people have been talking a lot about creative class and the creative sector and how important they are to the 21st century.
Right.
And artists are the source for that.
That's right. And so how many people actually filled out the survey?
Believe it or not, over 3,000. When I tell my colleagues around the country that we had 3,000 artists respond to this survey, their jaws drop.
So imagine how many artists haven't done it yet.
Exactly.
I know it's still going on.
Exactly. The U.S. Census says there's about 16,000 artists living in our region, and this is artists of all disciplines, right? And the survey was for artists of all disciplines.
Right.
So we reopened the survey after we made some announcements, because we knew once we got even more publicity for it, artists would still want to tell us what they thought.
Like, oh, I meant to fill that out, but I didn't get a chance, so they can still do it, which is a great thing. So we need to take a quick break, Rosanne, but we're going to come back and talk about the results of that survey, which are super interesting.
Thank you.
So we'll be right back with the Regional Arts Commission Rosanne Weiss. Stay with us for more STL TV Live.